Around 5 a.m. in the morning, sometime during the second week of March 1967, Bolivia 28 volunteers left the Hotel Torino in La Paz, Bolivia, and traveled by van, truck, or bus up to the Cumbre at 15,000 feet, and then sharply downward, making their first stop in Unduavi, and then proceeding to the Yungas Valley. This is their story. As the bus left La Paz, rising toward the Andes, and a mountain pass at 15,000 feet called the Cumbre, its buildings became ever smaller, replaced by occasional stone or adobe huts with thatched roofs, and isolated by a terrain of infinite tundra and guarded by walls of stone carefully piled to impede the departure of invisible livestock. A cold wind whistled as neblina, a haze, was forming in the distance. It was impossible, I thought, for anyone to eke out a life on these barren slopes, and I saw no one. Our bus made its way steadily upward, and I was comforted by the knowledge that our ultimate destination promised the warmth of the Yungas Valley. I stepped down from the bus and headed to an adobe hut latrine, jutting precariously over a cliff adorned by graffiti in large block letters, No Orinar. Approaching the structure with suspicion and urgency, I entered fetid darkness and too much cultural shock in one place. Focusing on a fault line that paralleled the cliff's edge, I advanced to one of 4 drop holes cut out over the canyon below. Waiting for torrents of wind to subside, my head spun from acrophobia. And shortly later, I left the dark place, a less naive person. It was a rabies eradication day, where public health workers fired from backs of pickup trucks to eliminate emaciated, snarling dogs prowling the roads. In spite of altitude sickness, soroche, I searched for food, and finally discovered a soup of chunyo, an unknown meat, simmering in a large black cauldron fueled by smoldering coals, placed at the entrance of the truck stop to keep out the smoke. Months later I would learn from my landlady in Caranavi that in Undwari the cooks are not kidding when they refer to hot dogs.